Hey guys, Cindy over paper.old.new. Thanks for coming by and spending some time with me. We are trying to finish up journals. I am trying my hardest to finish up projects. Okay, so we have the Apple Orchard Journal. I've been working on this one. I had some pages that I want to add some trim to. So we're going to do that. And this might not be the end of it because I always like to go back and cover up this bit. So as much as I like these ruffles, I don't necessarily like that seam at the top with the tool. Although it covers up better if I don't do it upside down. So we want to put that there. Oh, my gun is ready. So let's go ahead and put on some trims. How is everybody doing? I want to thank all my new subscribers that came to me when I did that really cool Ollie's haul. I hope you guys will stay with me for some craft videos and see what we do with all of the stuff we haul. Oh, that's a lot. I think we're gonna have to turn this sideways to use the pen. I'm still getting used to this pen. It's a little bit different than what we normally use as far as like the gun with the trigger. So I thought that it would be easier. And the problem isn't like directing the stream. That is easy. The problem is that trigger and how much glue comes out when you squeeze it. It's something I'm getting used to, is the amount of glue that gets put out when I squeeze that trigger. Okay, so we have that one there. I love the ruffles. I'm just going to go through the one signature, kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking at doing. And then I'll show you I want to try and get as many of these glued together as possible, and then I'll show you what I want to do with this. I need to remember what I was going to do with. Okay, it was going to go on here. This is going to be a tough one. This one you have to kind of straighten as you go. It's twisted, if that makes sense. So I kind of have to realign it as I go along. So you put it down in here like this. And then I have to twist it over to get the other side. And then twist it again to get the seam so that the ruffle is on the outside. If you get what I mean. See, it's all like that. So kind of have to go down as you go. I wanted like some different trims along here, so everything as you went down the book wasn't exactly the same. I mean, I love all the Lacey trims and ruffles and stuff. I don't always like. It's gotten cold. I got ambitious. I always find that if I take the tip of the glue pen and kind of flatten that out and then go back and put glue on top of it, it kind of keeps it from getting too bulky. Like, cause you know how hot glue, what do you call it? It hardens kind of bulky. Okay. So we got that one on there. I'll cut this end off. Okay. All right, and then that just gives a little, look at that. Isn't that cool? Love it. Okay, let's see. And then I have this one that I wanted to put on. This might have been going on here though. Yeah. Okay, wait, let me turn this around. It's easier to glue in this direction. Okay, let's get this going on here. And then we'll do the red lace. I want to start getting the signatures glued together. Because again, I'm doing that really cool binding technique, which I absolutely love, where you sew the signature ahead of time, which you can tell by the fact that I've already sewn the signature. And I really want to do that. So, and I think I talked about in the last video, our next Making with My Mess video is going to be, I got kind of sidetracked with some of my technical difficulties. God bless technology. Some of my technical difficulties got me off schedule. So I'm going to be, I was finally getting myself on schedule. I'm going to finally get myself on schedule just in time to get my daughter started in this school and not have the time at home to work in my craft room as much as I want. Okay, so some ruffles put through the whole thing. Ooh, we need one somewhere around here. Should I put one? I suppose I could do the center. Excuse me. All right, well, let's do this first. Okay, so the idea behind this is going to be, we are going to put lace along here so that when we cover it, this sticks out from the cover, right? I'm going to lay that right in there. And I can't decide if I want to do the top and bottom. I think what's going to end up happening is when I get the cover ready, I gotta mess with it again. When I get the cover ready, I'll lay it on here and I'll lay lace down there. And if I like it, I'll put it on, and if I don't, I won't. Seems pretty easy, right? So right now I just want to get the top, the outside edge. So like that. Isn't that great? I love that. Okay. Floppy, floppy. All right, and I have enough of this red to go, I think, around all three sides and then all three sides of the back, because I want the back and front to be the same. So that's on there like that. Once I get the cover glued on here, that won't flop as much, because the cover's going to extend out past the end of the front page a little bit. So it's going to extend out, so it'll kind of hold that down, and it'll just peek out the edge. Perfect. Okay, so the other one that I want to do it on is this one, because this is the back. Let me see what's going on with my glue gun here. And then that happens sometimes. When you're trying to push the stick in, you get accidents, which I wish hadn't happened on my book. Okay, so I'm thinking that page is going to get a ruffle. Like the way I made that decision? Right here? That's going to have to get a ruffle. It's only 2 pages in from the end, but it's going to have to get a ruffle. All right. Oh, the trials and tribulations, right? Okay. This will also mark my book. So, getting these glued on will mark the book as far as, well, have it stick out, Cindy. We don't cover it under the cover. Kind of pointless, wouldn't it? Okay, and because this will tell me, okay, that's my front cover and this is my back cover. Or this is my front signature and this is my back signature. Because the middle signature is not going to have this. what I want to do for the middle signature. I don't know if I can, but we might try it. There's a piece of me that wished hot glue stayed hot a little longer. I got ghosts messing with my craft stuff. Only because there are times when I would love to hot glue something. Like I would love to hot glue the signatures together rather than like use a hot glue. Because a glue that you have to melt to make it work is a really strong glue. So I would like to use hot glue to stick my signatures together. But by the time I get done gluing the whole thing, where I started is going to be hard. So unless I'm, doing it in an oven. Okay, and then this will be, I have enough left over that I should be able to do top and bottom if I want to. Okay, so that's the back. Now, I have this guy. And my thoughts for this were, this is supposed to stick out. So my thoughts were to glue it in here like this. But if you don't get it just right, it has a tendency to, the browns, you can see it also. And I can't decide if that bothers me or not. So see when you put it on there, how you can still see the white edging a little bit. I can't decide if that bugs me. Maybe if I do it that way. All right, guys, I'm gonna start gluing. Once I start gluing, there's no going back, so. Here goes nothing. So this will go all the way around. It's very temperamental. Okay. So we'll stick it down. It's easier to see from the other side, but it's easier to do from this side. So flip back and forth maybe. Yeah, see, isn't that cute? The little curly cues. Might clip that one off. Okay. And I wanted to do this around all, well, I guess as long as I get it around the back and front here, it'll sandwich between those. So I don't have to do this on the back and front signature. The middle signature just doesn't get any. The middle signature will get glued to this. Okay, now the question is, do I cut it or do I turn it? I think I'm just going to try turning it. Hopefully that works. Okay. So anyway, so I'm excited for all my new subscribers. I love it when my current subscribers and the people who've been with me from the beginning come and visit me. I like hearing from you guys. So, and like I said, I'm really trying to get my shop up and running. My part of my technical difficulties has delayed the release of some kits I've been working on, and I really want to get them out. They're for fall. One of them is not seasonal, but the other two are kind of seasonal. So I'm hoping to get 3 more actually, I guess, since the last time you saw me put out a kit. 3 more kits out, I hope. How did I do that one? This one doesn't seem to want to cooperate as well. I think we got it. I have one coming out called Knock, so I'm really excited about that one. Because I have to watch out for that one because I'm hoping that it'll be out by the end of the week. We'll be doing a release, a launch, or whatever. I hope. Whenever I get a launch video, because they're usually relatively short, I usually just insert them wherever. So definitely make sure you click on that bell, subscribe, help out my channel, so you can come and see me do all these crazy crafty things. All right, and then it looks like that. Oh no. All right, we might have to do a little decorating down here. That's all right. Okay, so when I folded it, for some reason that one folded funny, and it got a little bit of the stuff on the outside. And that is the bottom of the page, because this is an uptuck. So I'll just have to decorate down here. And we'll put something down there, maybe a little ruffle or a little something to accent that. And then that will attach to this. So this page, let's see. This page. Oh, I hate it when I do that. We'll go on there like that. And again, I would love to be able to hot glue that, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to keep the hot glue from, well, cooling off. Okay, I don't know why I had this in here, but I had this in here, and I'm assuming I just tucked it somewhere in the book and said this is going to go, or maybe I was going to, maybe that was what was going to go in this pocket, was this little pouch. That might have been what I was doing. Okay, so it's going to need decorating. All right, so let's do the trim around the back of this one. Gotta start at the bottom, work our way around. But yeah, if you're in and you haven't seen any of my launches, go check out my launch videos and check out my kits. I've got, you know, quite a few. I just opened my shop last summer. It's been open for about a year, so it's new, and I don't have like a team or anything. I just kind of do all of it on my own. Turn that corner properly. Hopefully we won't cause another little faux pas. It's really extra hard to line it up from the back. All right. I'm also hoping to do some journal releases, and I need to get to work on those bundles I keep promising you guys. I have tons of stuff and I want to share it. So I'm going to make some bundles to go in my shop so that some of the cool books that I have, like I have a Hungarian or some sort of, I don't know, it seems Eastern European or something. I'm not really sure what language it is. Bulgarian, Hungarian, something like that. Dictionary that I want to put some of the pages from the dictionary in the, I did this one too. I want to put some of the pages from the dictionary in the things, in the bundles. Okay, Might end up doing a little decorating up there again. Sometimes this gun, I don't know. It's like it doesn't pull the, oh my gosh, that is a ton of glue. It's like it doesn't pull the stick in properly. So it makes kind of a mess. But just get that all pressed down there. And that'll get sandwiched between pages. I'm going to try and flatten it out though. I don't want it to add, because the page has to go there. Okay. And once again, using up stash, I have used up some more of this trim, which is somewhat difficult to use. So it's a plus, I guess. Just stick this down in this glue and hope that it holds it together without losing the loop. Okay. All right. And there we have that one. So that one has the loops on it too. And I did a card with it in here. So there's a card with that loop thing. And maybe I'll do some more of those because I just have this little bit left. So I think this is going to be good. And then this will sit in here. And this will sit in there. And that's what we've got so far. And it's getting chunky. I'm hoping that if I glue the first half of them together and then glue the stuff at the back, you know, I might actually do extra fabric in here. So if I put these two together, I may give them their own piece of wrap fabric. I mean, obviously I can't like then like wrap this one to the top one. I would love to be able to wrap them in pairs and then in the whole thing, but obviously I'm not going to be able to do that. So all right, guys, I have, well, what did I do with the fabric? Put that up there. Okay, these are my fabrics. This is for the spine. You know what I could do? Okay, let's get some glue on here. All right, here we go, guys. Are you ready? Can I line them up standing like this? Should be able to. If I kind of do a this direction thing. Okay, so we're only going to go about halfway. Or 2/3 of the way, something like that. I know. This is the kind of video where I don't do a lot of talking and I do a lot of like dead air because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. So I'm walking and chewing gum, guys. All right, we're going to slather glue in here. I do not, under any circumstances, want this coming apart. Okay, here we go. especially right here at the fabric. I always start getting excited when we get to this point in the journal. I always start getting excited because we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Okay, and that puts those together like that. Oh, guys, I'm so excited. Ooh. Okay. So if I do a tab, like this is too long. All right. So we're going to cut it right about this red and yellow stripe. Right about here. I'm going to tear it. Okay, that should be long enough to be my spine. Yeah. Okay, now what we're going to do with this. I just had a brilliant idea. Maybe. Also, let me see if this is too long. Because if this is too long, oh yeah. Okay. I definitely don't want this to be too long. As a matter of fact, it can be slightly short. So we're going to cut this right about here. Okay. All right, now, if I can get at least 5 strips out of this, I should be able to make this work, right? Or maybe even just 4 strips. Probably just 4 strips. Okay, you ready? We're going to construct ourselves a little bit of tabbing so that I can pull the signatures together, and then this is so you can do this with these fatter journals. We're going to see if this works. You guys going to experiment with me? We love it when I experiment, don't we? Is it your favorite as much as it's my favorite? It's my favorite. Okay. And we want it to go like this. So we're going to need it to hold. Like that. Okay. Now remember, this is all getting covered up. This is not going to show. Right? Ooh, you know what I forgot to do? I need to do. Let's take this one off for a second. Because what I'm going to need to do is put 2, one here and one here. There it is. Okay, so on this piece that I've already glued on here, I need to put one here. We're doing a modified tab binding. So that I can make adjustments to different parts of different signatures. Does that make sense? So the signature, see how this sits higher than this? So I can pull this down toward there. And if I get up here in this one, more than likely it's going to be the same because the pockets are at the bottom. So all your stuff is stuck down there. But this will allow me to make adjustments to how the signatures sit together in multiple pieces so that I can make adjustments as necessary and not affect the whole piece. And then when I go to put the whole cover on, I can do different adjustments. What I needed to do was remember that I needed to put extra. Is this facing the wrong way? This is facing the wrong way, guys. I don't need tabs on this one. I was okay. I need tabs on this one. I'm going to put it here. So these ones are going to hold this is the middle. You're going to hold the middle to the bottom. And then these are going to hold the middle to the top. So we see what I did wrong, right? I was gluing to the bottom. There weren't going to be any more signatures going in that direction. So that's not where I wanted to put that. So we're going to put this here. And these will be ready for when I glue the first signature on. Okay. Now, we're going to take the middle and I'm going to put it back down on the back. So I'm pushing this down to make this straight. And then I'm pulling this tight to hold it in place. I want it to hold right there. Okay. And then we're going to put one right here. Okay. And that will hold this top part. Now this part I probably don't want as tight. It's still not. I want this one looser. And then I still have the big piece to put on. So there will be another cover piece. This cover piece will do the whole thing. And then this will be the spine fabric that you see. Okay. So that's like that. Now, let's see if we can do this one. These are all my charm strings that I left on here. I don't know if I'm going to cut them off or use them or what. Okay, so we're going to do about 2/3 of the way. Again, got to give room for movement in the back because they don't come together back there. And if you try to make them come together, I think it puts too much stress on the book, and it also doesn't allow movement. But especially because you've stuffed so much in it, it just doesn't allow, I mean, it's going to put a lot of stress on your signature, and it will end up over time pulling apart, I think. I don't think the two would work very well together. All right, so we're going to work these together like that. Okay. Now, again, this is the one I'm going to want to pull as tight as I possibly can. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do it, but we're going to give it a shot. Push down and pull tight. And I'm going to hold this one in place for a minute. So if you're still with me, Sorry when I go, like I said, sorry when I go quiet. I know I say that a lot, but I get real concentrating on what I'm doing, and it just gets, yeah. And I make messes, and it's just chaos. That's what I should have called my channel, Chaos and Paper. Okay. You can see where the glue comes through the fabric. All right, hopefully we've got that. And then we're going to do the other one, but we're not going to do it quite as tight. Okay, so we'll put this one on here like this. All right. As you can see, this still lays really open. The other thing is, by doing what I've done, there's no balancing this. I can't pull that any flatter. So you have to decide whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. All right. And then what we do is we take our piece of, oh, I gotta figure out top and bottom. Okay, these need to go this way. Okay. Which do I have for each side? Quite a bit, quite a bit. Okay. All right. And we're going to bind our book. So we'll put glue all over here. If I go out too far, obviously it's not a huge deal. I mean, it just means that I've got some excess glue sticking out there, which will get covered up by the cover whenever I get that on. All right, so let's put this down. Okay, now if you really want to go extra, you could glue, depends on where all you want glue on this thing. You could glue to the tabs. I don't think that's necessary, and this is going to get pulled really tight. So I'm just going to put a bunch of glue back here and pull the fabric on there. And considering that I've already used the tabs to pull tight, unless I need one side or the other pulled tight, I'm probably not going to do any more pulling per se. I just want that flush up against there. And then I want that kind of close to cover up all the stuff in the back. Okay. There we go. She's get together, guys, just like that. All right. Now, one of the things I might do is put some ribbon or something in here glued in so that I can use it as a tie closure. She's getting kind of chunky, so that might be the best bet for this. But, I mean, I'm liking the way it's turning out. I'm afraid to put any more in it, but I think I have more stuff to put in it. But, yeah, like this back signature isn't full yet, I'm pretty sure. And I still have to put stuff on. But at this point, I'm going to let what we've done dry. And I'm not going to mess with it. I want the glue to dry good and everything to seal good. And before I go flipping pages and trying to put more in the book. I am considering very seriously doing a tie through here so that when it's all said and done, you can tie the closure and it will keep the book shut. Other thoughts would be to do like a belt, some sort of a belt closure where you, and then hook it together. That would be an option. But for now, this is what we got. And this is how she's coming along. I'm looking forward to having it done soon. I do feel like I got that center signature off center, so to speak, but it seems to be okay. And I will see you guys soon. Maybe I'll get everything in it so when we put the cover on, we can do a flip through. And then that one will be done. And yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you click on the bell so you can get notifications. I'm hoping to get kits out soon and journals finished, so there will be updates for my shop. Go over and check it out and see if there's anything that you might like. I do have a Halloween kit that I made last year that if you have not seen it, actually I have 2 Halloween kits. If you have not seen them, go over to my channel. As fall approaches, you might want to do a Halloween journal, so go check those out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.